Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to your January 2024 astrological forecast. And you know, I'm doing all signs for this month, a monthly report, and I will always do all signs for the weekly forecast. But in the future, I may only do monthly forecasts for certain signs, because these signs, it's like not just my channel, but kind of across the board. There seems to be certain zodiac signs they're just not interested in astrology or even tarot. Okay, so there you'll notice that some tarot readers even only do certain signs, and that's why, you know, if the sign isn't interested, then it's just really not worth putting up a video for them. So like I said, in the future I will probably only do certain signs for monthly, but I will always do all zodiac signs for the weekly and other things also. But anyway, so this month, the month starts off with, on the 1st, Mercury goes direct in Sagittarius. Finally! Yes! Mercury direct. Okay, so that is something to look forward to, especially having a retrograde period during busy holidays and trying to travel and all that stuff. Trying to get in touch with people, not always that easy. So if you are having problems like that, they'll start to smooth out. In fact, you may even be receiving some packages or cards or something or other this month that you should have gotten last month. Okay. On the 4th, Mars leaves Sagittarius and moves into Capricorn. On the 11th, there's a new moon in Capricorn. On the 13th, Mercury moves into Capricorn again. On the 20th, the Sun moves into Aquarius, and on the very same day, Pluto moves into Aquarius again. I will be doing a video on Pluto in all the signs. Pluto in Aquarius for all the zodiac signs, okay? On the 23rd, Venus moves into Capricorn. Up until that point, it is still in Sagittarius, moved there at the end, very end of December, on the 29th. And then on the 25th, there's a full moon in Leo, and on the 27th, Uranus turns direct. So, thank you so much for your support, your continued support. Thank you, subscribers, and thank you so much for checking on me. I really appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, okay, and click on the notification bell, and you'll be notified each time I upload something. And also check out the links below in the description box. One is to my website, and there is another one called Ask Me a Question, which is for those of you who only want to know maybe one or two things about your chart. Okay, so now for your forecast. Happy New Year, Scorpio. Okay, so on the 1st, Mercury in Sagittarius in your 2nd house turns direct. Okay, Mars is still in Sagittarius up until the 4th, and Venus moved into Sagittarius on December 29th, okay, and is here until January 23rd in your 2nd house of earned income. Okay, your possessions, your investments, your self-worth even. It is your valuables and your personal values, okay? So with Mercury turning direct here, maybe you are receiving money that was supposed to come to you previously, possibly one of those, the check is in the mail kind of thing. With Venus here, it really helps that along, because Venus is attracting money to you or circumstances in order for you to gain that money. The 2nd house is earned income. Okay, so it could be money from work that you've done, but it could be anything. You know, a lot of times too, even though your birthday was already past, you know, people could still be gifting you with belated birthday gifts or holiday gifts even. So you're on the receiving end of money or resources of some kind. Okay, with Mars here, you know, it is ending its transit here on the 4th, but it was here like all of December, and I believe part of November. But anyway, so you were very energetic in either creating a new source of income or going after what is already yours. Okay, money that is due you in some way or other. So maybe that you accomplished something like that. Okay, so you do have an increase in income or a new source of income, period. Okay. So on the 4th, Mars moves into Capricorn, into your 3rd house, okay, of everyday life. Your neighbors, your neighborhood, your siblings, your cousins, people and places you would go throughout the normal course of your day. Okay, it's also communications of any kind. This is where local mail, regular postal mail rather, falls, along with text message, voicemail, email. It's also short distance travel, usually a road trip of some kind or other. Within your, it could be within hours away or miles away, but like your tri-state area, or an overnight trip or a day trip or a weekend trip. So you may actually do one of those kind of things during this time period. So Mars moves here on the 4th. There's a new moon on the 11th. On the 13th, Mercury moves here, and Venus moves here on the 23rd. So you'll actually have the love planets, Venus and Mars, moving together in your 3rd house. But when Mercury moves here on the 13th, Mercury is the natural ruler of this house, your communications really, really pick up. You find that you have had more contact with people, even like, especially like your neighbors or your siblings or people that you don't really even chat with on a daily basis. You could actually be doing an awful lot of stuff in your immediate area or your neighborhood. Okay. With Mars here, it does make you very like physically active, even in your neighborhood. You could, I don't know, be getting together with neighbors. Maybe you guys are trying to do something, about the neighborhood or the way things are run, or even, waste management. You don't like the service that your township uses, stuff like that. It makes you very active in things that are happening like within your own neighborhood. Okay, but you could actually take up physically, like running or walking on a walking trail, or just going to some fitness place that's nearby, again, in your own neighborhood, a business, or you would frequent a little bit more neighboring businesses. Okay. You could be on the receiving end of a little bit more than usual of regular postal mail. Okay. And you could be on the receiving end, though, of a lot of communications, a lot of people contacting you about anything, even if it is just to like chat on the phone. Okay, so like on that new moon on the 11th, you could even begin some kind of like little trip, like I said, a road trip, or by train or bus or something or other, something where you got the scenic route, you get to see stuff. This could be for any reason. It could be for business, but it could be for, to visit an old friend from school, or a sibling, or cousins, or something or other. It could just be a because I feel like getting the hell out of here kind of trip. Okay. On the 20th, the sun moves into Aquarius. On the same day, Pluto moves into Aquarius in your 4th house, where you have the sign of Aquarius. Okay, so this planet has been moving back and forth between Capricorn and Aquarius for a while, so you've already experienced excuse me, a little bit of having Pluto in your 4th house of your family, your home life, where you physically live, and the property surrounding it, your past and your childhood, people from your past, but also the very foundation of how you were raised, and how in the future, with Pluto being here, it will affect how you're living now. Okay, the way you were raised. Okay, if it doesn't already, but your past in some way or other will be pretty prominent in your future. Okay, this is the house of family, your immediate family, or anyone that you live with. And with the sun here, this is where your focus is, from the end of the month on. A lot of times when planets are here, you just think about doing something different, possibly, with your home or your living arrangement. Or you may even have visitors that, I want to say unexpected, okay? But the fourth house is also your personal life. Okay, now on the 25th, there's a full moon in Leo in your 10th house, which is directly across from your 4th house. And your 10th house is your public life. Okay, it is how you're known by reputation for your career or even your personal status and clout, like within your community. So something could happen, let's say, if you do work. Something could happen at work where you have to put your personal life on the back burner in order to take care of it. It's pretty fleeting, not a real big deal. Or, somebody could say something, somebody that it could even be on social media, the 10th house being a very public house, okay? Somebody could make a post or something about, your personal life or your family or where you live. Excuse me, I have a hair hanging down here. Something or other, it's full moons that are there though. Excuse me, I have a hair falling in my eye. Okay. Full moons are there to get rid of a problem. Okay, so that's what this is. Even with, you could have, higher up, if you do work for someone else, that imposes on your personal life. Just throws work at you or tells you have to do this or that, and everything. And you know what I mean? Like you're supposed to be at their beck and call or something or other. Could be something like that, okay? So this would be the time that you end that. You end that kind of behavior from somebody, okay? On the 27th, Uranus in Taurus turns direct, okay? In your 7th house. Taurus is your opposite sign. Your 7th house is the house of relationships, friendships, a business partner, a romantic partner. It's arrangements and agreements, okay? But I'll cover that more next month because this just happens on the 27th and it's not there long enough this month to really affect you too much. It'll affect your relationships in some way or other, but they'll go better. Things will go back to the way they were before this planet turned direct, okay? So the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Scorpio on the 5th, 6th, and 7th. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Taurus, and those days are the 18th, 19th, and 20th. The best time for romance, creativity, fun, gambling or speculation, recreation of any kind, and anything to do with children is the 14th, 15th, 27th, 28th, and 29th. The best time for money is the 7th, 8th, 9th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd. And the best time for your career is the 25th, 26th, and 27th. And the best time for communication and travel is the 10th, 11th, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. So happy New Year to you, okay? I hope you enjoyed your forecast for this month. Be sure to check out my weekly forecast, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.